Hello everyone, welcome back to the Passion Projects podcast. Today I am joined by one of my best friends in the entire world, Caleb Cousins. Caleb and I have been friends for almost 10 years. We went to high school together, grew up together, and have made a ton of amazing memories over those years. Caleb has been a full-time content creator and YouTuber for almost 5 years, so he has an entire wealth of knowledge on everything YouTube, content related, everything along those lines. I hope you really enjoyed the banter that we had in this episode and how our friendship just got to shine through. It was an absolute pleasure to have Caleb on the podcast. So without further ado, here is Caleb Cousins. I can't believe it, man. We finally did it.
I'm excited.
You?
Here, please.
You want me to have two?
Do you already have one?
Yes, it's under this cover.
Oh.
I insist.
No, please. I like having coasters when I use stainless steel bottles that don't sweat.
It's just an aesthetics thing, man.
Uh-huh.
You gotta learn it.
Buc-ee's.
Wait, is it actually a Buc-ee's cup?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. How do you feel about Buc-ee's? Tell me your
never
take on
been.
it. You've never been? You have a Buc-ee's cup?
Yeah, my family is really into it, but I've never been to Buc-ee's.
Why?
Have I not been, or why is my family
Why have you
into
not
it?
been?
It's something we don't want it to stop at. Like, Ashley has a vendetta against Buc-ee's. She wants to just not experience it so that she can't get on the hype train. She wants to just stay away from Buc-ee's. It's pretty funny.
Honestly, I can respect that. So, we've been friends. We were just talking about this yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday? 2 days ago.
Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that 2 days ago. We've been friends for a really, really long time. Almost
Super
10
long
years.
time. I'm trying to think if I've had a friendship longer that I actually keep up with.
Yeah, really.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can think of that plant just dripped a little bit of water and it was very
That's why there's
distracting.
paper towels underneath it.
Got it.
You can blame Pam for that.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think. I can't really think. No, that's all I got. I can't think of someone I've actually known and kept up with for that long, fully. I've known people since I was I don't know, a kid or something, but I haven't really actually kept up with them the whole way through. You know?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Go us.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Thanks for watching the podcast.
Yeah. And I would assume Caleb Martin would be yours.
Yeah. I mean, but I keep.
It's fine that it's not reciprocated. You know what? It's actually better that way. Now that I think about it.
One-sided. You can pursue me a little bit.
I like a little bit of pursuit.
I love Caleb Martin, and obviously I've been friends with him since I was 8. So it's duh. How do you feel about being in the same place you grew up? I've never gotten asked that to someone.
No, that's actually an awesome question. I think we have to remember we live in a special place. I would like to think I wouldn't say that about a lot of places, but
I agree.
I always came of the mindset, growing up, that I was gonna leave Greenville. I was hey, I don't want to be hometown guy. I don't really like living in the place I grew up.
Yeah.
But I actually just really ended up loving it here. So
It is an amazing place, dude.
Yeah, there's just everything I want. And then if you can have a nice home base and then travel,
Yeah.
I feel like there's no reason to leave Greenville. So
That's kind of what we both seem to do. And I think that's what Abby and I want too.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a great place to be.
100%.
For anyone that's never been to Greenville, South Carolina, don't come live here.
We're here right now. There's actually Fall for Greenville happening. It's a very big event. It's our only event.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest.
What about Artisphere? No, it doesn't count.
No, Artisphere is big too, but this is definitely
Greenville's the
Greenville's
one.
signature
thing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Did you go?
Yeah. I went actually the hour it opened up, so it'd be less busy.
So Friday at noon?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Ashley likes to go. She does
Before the hordes of people?
Yeah, no. So we tried some food. I would say the food was less good this year than normal, but
It was okay.
but yeah, Ashley does some content on food stuff, so she wanted to go and just take some video.
How do you feel about the no tickets?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
easier.
It makes a lot.
What it should have been.
Do you remember those lines we had to wait in?
Yeah, it was
to
stupid.
get tickets,
Just to wait in
go
another
buy
line?
Yeah, it makes it actually makes zero sense. I get it's a festival, but no, I just walked up and I just Apple paid. Yeah, it felt so midway
Alpha.
modern. Yeah, it was much better. Yeah,
I agree. So for anyone that doesn't know what you do creatively, kind of give the 5,000 foot view. Like what do you do?
What is a 5,000 foot?
I don't know. Like imagine you're looking from an airplane, right? You're looking down at you, and you're just trying to scream up what you do. Like tell people.
Wow, should I yell? Is that what you
No.
want? Yeah. Okay, people on the airplane. What do I do? I think what I do in like super short terms is I just make YouTube videos. I grew up as a kid making like terrible, so bad YouTube videos just for fun. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And then all my life I've tried to find a category that would work, and I was lucky enough to actually have one work out. So I make videos for a game called Rocket League. It's super fun. Adam and I actually, he got me into the game, which is why it's so funny that we're doing this, because I showed up to your house one day. Actually, you know what? I showed up to Trace's house.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I ended up playing with you because you got into it. So I guess Trace gets the credit now that I think about it, of all people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a super popular video game. It's free. It's fun to play. Try it out. And that really gave me a chance to make content full time. And then I've taken that and grown into a couple other channels in different categories. And my goal is just to keep expanding and making more content and hopefully building a whole content business. But it's super fun. So I get to do fun YouTube videos. That's really what I do every day. Yeah.
And you've been doing that it's been almost 5 years now, right?
Yeah. So I really started in COVID. And I think as a lot of people did in content, honestly. But I was, at that time for me, I was finishing college, getting married. I was midway through my MBA program. And we had to start I wanted to at least start a business while I was doing my MBA anyways. And this kind of worked out, but I was putting in some pretty major hours trying to do full-time school, get married. I was also working a job about 30 hours a week on top of that, and then making YouTube videos and editing them for weekly uploads. So it was probably 80-hour weeks every single week, but it was COVID, so I had nothing else to do. So might as well.
I remember that grind you did.
Yeah. But it's crazy to think how far we've come from there, because that was so much work, and I'm thankful I did that work, but I'm glad to have a team that helps me out now. It really changes the game. Yeah.
So as far as Rocket League goes, take me back to why did you first hit upload on a Rocket League YouTube video? What was the reason for that?
Dude, yeah, that's an awesome question. I know we kind of talked about I think I said the word luck, but I think my story with YouTube kind of steers away from that concept of luck. I'm thankful I saw this opportunity in Rocket League that was coming. And I guess the luck component was that it actually kind of worked out, but it was tactical, and it was cool that it actually happened. Yeah. Okay. So in COVID, Rocket League got bought by Epic Games. So they're the creators of Fortnite, right? And we knew that Rocket League was going to become free to play. So it used to cost $20 to buy this game. And there were still a decent amount of players, but I knew, and I was hoping for, as I already played this game a while, I knew that the game was about to get a massive surge in players, right? New players.
Just had to.
Yeah, we all knew it because it was going to be free to play and bought by the creators of Fortnite. So like it or hate it, it was going to get publicity.
Yeah.
So I knew I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I played Rocket League. It was the only video game I played or even liked. And before the game went free to play, I said, hey, this is my shot. So about 2 to 3 months before that, I started creating a backlog of tutorial videos for new players to improve at the game quickly. And my goal was to come up in search results on YouTube to build my founding audience. So when the game actually went free to play, I launched those videos and they started to do very well. And I was able to start to build a subscriber base. And I mean this so literally, I also DM'd and coached over 1,000 players. And every single time I ended a 15-minute coaching session, I would do it for free. And I would just tell those random people, I'd be like, hey, it would mean so much if you would just subscribe to my channel.
I didn't know you did that.
And they would. And that's how I got my first 1,000 1,000 subscribers before I launched those videos. So there was an actual audience to start those videos to progress.
Genius.
Yeah, because otherwise, if your video has like 0 views, even if it's a banger, it just won't come up in search results.
No,
like,
of course not.
because YouTube doesn't know that it's any good. So I don't mean this to like sound like, oh, I'm so smart. I'm still like, I didn't really think that it would work. I had no idea that this could like actually blow up.
Turn into what it is.
But I gave it like my whole heart and like tried so hard. And it really did work. When the game went free to play, it took off. And then from there, I transitioned to more creative content after I got my first early subscribers. And then that's when I went from like thousands to millions of views, when I kind of like went to broader categories. But
how long did it take you to get the first 1,000? What was that time frame?
Like the subscribers? I would say probably, like every day I was coaching from like, what I would do is like work school during the day, and the moment I was like in class online, I would also be like giving tips at the same time. So it's hard to say how many I did a day, but I'd say at least 10 to like 25.
Whoa.
And then probably first 500, and then I got some at search. So I would say it took me about a month to probably get my first 1,000 subscribers, maybe a little longer.
Quick,
it's hard to remember exactly. I could pull up the stats and be 100% positive, but yeah, it was quick, but not because the videos were successful necessarily, but because I like fished for subscribers, but like the right subscribers too, people who wanted to watch my content. So so it was kind of fast, but that was like manual,
Not automatic. It was definitely manual.
Definitely not automatic. Yeah, it was a grind, but it was so fun.
When you first started making these videos, like, was your intention to make this into a career? Like, what was the goal,
Dude, I'm telling you, I just always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I loved Rocket League. I was just the only game I was into, and I just thought I had such a passion for it. And I just wanted to, I think really I was inspired by some of the big creators in the scene. If you don't know, Rocket League has such a cool content scene, or at least did. Some of these players.
Yeah, it already has peaked. It's
yeah, exactly. Or at least did. There were some really cool creators who just did really interesting, unique concepts. Like, it's a competitive game, but people would come in and create such crazy, giant, like, creative ideas and contests and events. And I just always liked that and thought it was cool. So as someone who's relatively creative, I just wanted to like kind of be like them and grow with them. Like, I thought what they were doing was so cool. I had no idea, by the way, YouTube had any money in it. Like genuinely, I thought like everyone was scraping by. Like, maybe if you had 1 million subscribers, I kind of thought you could make a living out of it. But I assumed up until then, it's just a side job for most people. So I did it purely out of like passion and just wanting to build an audience, and just something I've always wanted to try. And I was grateful enough that it ended up being enough for me to have a career out of, but not expected for sure. I definitely didn't think I'd be that successful either. I just gave it a good try to say that I tried.
For sure.
Yeah.
So talk to me about, I don't remember exactly the wording it was, but you were like the gamer on the rise on the front page of YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember seeing that being like, oh my God, like, that's my friend.
Yeah.
How did he do that?
No, that was insane. Yeah.
Like, talk me through what that was like.
Okay, so I'll give you a brief timeline. So the game went free to play. This is rough because it's like 5 years ago today, but I could go look, I could dig it up. But I remember specifically November was Creator on the Rise, and I think that was 4 months into making YouTube content. So that puts us at, August the game went free to play or so?
I believe it was August, yeah.
Okay, yes. So I started making videos in July, and then in August, I started to build an audience once the game went free to play. So by September, I was like really growing, right? And that was awesome. So everything was taking off. And then I didn't know this, but by the time I reached November, I guess by then maybe I had, 50,000 subscribers. But that
you were close to that.
Yeah, but it really didn't mean anything. Like, subscribers like don't matter. It's just about how many views you have. Like, that's what drives your channel. Subscribers are still cool, but anyways, I took off, and these videos like went from like one level to another. And then YouTube, like the company YouTube, emailed me, and they were like, hey, we really love your content. Every month we do a spotlight for different categories for a Creator on the Rise award. We would like to put you on the front page of YouTube for a full week.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
I didn't know they emailed you.
Yeah, they emailed me. YouTube. It was sick. Yeah, I got an email from YouTube and I was like, heck yeah. So it was crazy. It's such a wild ride because, man, it's really fun to think on those times. That was so fun. And I didn't even know what that meant. I had no idea what was going to happen. But YouTube put my channel in a couple of like videos that they had hand selected. Like if you went to the trending page on YouTube or just the home page of YouTube, there was my face on one of the thumbnails and like this, and it was like Creator on the Rise striped. And I just like screenshotted it and sent it to my friends and family. I was like, look guys, go to YouTube. Actually, you know what? I didn't even screenshot it. I would just tell them, I was like, hey, can you open up YouTube? And it would be like my face. Yeah, it was crazy. So that was like a dream come true in a lot of ways. And I didn't know what that meant. But my impressions, I think this is funny. I would like to pull up this data and show you at some point. But because it was literally everyone who opened up YouTube, you know how you can go to YouTube analytics and see your impressions on a thumbnail?
Yeah.
It was in the like billions because
You're kidding.
It was like, I don't know if billions is right. It was in the like many millions, okay? Like hundreds of millions.
That's insane.
Because like everyone got an impression. And my click-through rate was like 0.0001% or something. Because like not everyone's into rock.
Because out of 100 million people, how many are going to click
so it was
on that?
hilarious. So my stats just tanked, like, which makes sense. But it was really funny.
I would love to see the difference between November and December as far as like it was going here, and then like I would love to see that.
Yeah, it was so weird. Anyways, that was really cool. I didn't even know that existed on YouTube. It was just for a week, but I would say at that point I was considering leaving my job, but it felt so early, only after like 4 or 5 months of YouTube. But once I got that award, I was like, man, like this is pretty validating. I think this is something I want to do. That was kind of the big motivator, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was sick.
Yeah. So that was November-ish, maybe. I think you were around like that 40 to 50,000 subscriber mark, something like that. I remember checking. I was super happy for you. Yeah, I checked a bunch.
I did.
When did you hit 100,000 subscribers and get that, that little silver plaque they give you? I think that's a big goal for a lot of people that want YouTube.
It is a big goal. I feel like some creators would know immediately off the top of their head, but I feel like by the time I hit 100,000, I was already so over the moon about other things that were happening. I don't really remember exactly what month. I can tell you though, it was probably pretty quick after I hit 50,000. I mean, definitely early the next year. But I was very excited. I got my plaque. That was sick. I shared that to everybody, but really the Creator on the Rise award kind of consumed my thoughts. I don't think I was obsessed with the subscriber count necessarily.
Sounds like you're still not really, even that's the thing that really matters to you.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to get my channel to 1 million and get the plaque. Like that's just a milestone. But ultimately, what a driver of success on YouTube is not your subscriber count. It can help to an extent, but the algorithm just doesn't care that much about.
Especially the new version of the algorithm. Like it'll show you anybody's content as long as it's good.
Yeah. So just quality. So for me, I don't worry about it too much. It's a nice indicator of how far we've come. But beyond that, it's just kind of a bonus. So I don't know. It wasn't a big deal to me. Yeah. I mean, it definitely was, but not as big a deal as that award. I feel like,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because of course, like not everyone gets that. Like you're like one of few that would actually get the.
I have no idea.
Rise.
Yeah, I assume they do once a month.
That?
I genuinely have no idea. It was such a shock. So
what if it was just for you?
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, it definitely wasn't just for me, but. I don't know the status on it.
Yeah,
I'd like to check.
I would like to.
Yeah, I mean, can you check? Go to YouTube and go to trending.
Honestly, I can check right now.
Somebody is on there. Like, I wonder if every week there's somebody.
Let me get rid of my Grant Horvath golf video right now.
I love that guy. That's awesome. Yeah, golf space, dude. I wish I could get into that.
Hey, you never know.
I gotta be good at golf. I'm so bad.
I don't know. I'll look later. I don't think it is, but I'll look later.
Okay.
I need a Jamie, that can look up
Yeah.
You watch any Joe Rogan?
No.
Ever?
Mm-hmm.
You know Jamie, the guy.
No.
So Joe Rogan has.
I just assumed he was the producer or something.
Yeah, he's the producer, and he's like Jamie, pull up, blah blah blah.
Really? Oh man, that'd be so fun.
I need a Jamie.
Yeah.
So you mentioned how your content evolved from what it started at, to kind of being these more like creative. I don't know how you say it, like
Call it experimental
events,
videos, like game show. Yeah, giving away money. That was the fun part.
How did you come about that niche of creation? Like, why did that become the way you went?
As opposed to like tutorial videos, is that what you mean? All right, I never wanted to be a coach on YouTube. That was like, sorry, not on YouTube. If you don't know about Rocket League, it's a very competitive game. A lot of players, at least at the time, wanted to be much better. So there were a ton of coaches on YouTube. I wasn't the first person to be like, let's teach somebody how to get better at Rocket League. But I never wanted to be a coach. That's not something I really enjoyed. I was inspired mostly by the creators who were doing interesting things like, I'm trying to think of a good example of something cool. Like
Lethamir, maybe? Sunless Khan?
Yeah, like Sunless was a guy at the time who did some really cool stuff. I remember he did like a really fun parody on RLCS, which is kind of the esports side of things. He made something called RLBS, where he like brought in a bunch of creators and like pretended to make this like proper esports thing, but it's just a big parody. Anyways, that probably doesn't make any sense to you, and that's fine, okay? It's fine. It made a lot of sense to me at the time, but the types of videos I wanted to make were the ones that ended up making, like, I don't know, 1 pro versus 3 of every rank until they lose.
Yeah.
Like something different than like how to get better at Rocket League, or something else. Like probably my favorite video I ever made was I made Squid Game in Rocket League. Yeah. And I came up with that before even Mr. Beast announced his Squid Game video. And I was like, yes, I'm onto something. But it was fun. Like it was creative and it was different. And I knew that those videos had a better chance to reach a broader audience, even outside of the dedicated Rocket League players. And they were also more in line with the kind of content I wanted to make. So as soon as I got my early audience and I was like, hey, I've got like 10,000 subscribers or whatever, I was like, all right, I'm pivoting immediately to the actual content I want to make. Like I've got enough people now. I think they're going to love this. They just don't know it yet. So let's start making the stuff I actually want to make. And then that's what, thankfully another good guess. That's what allowed me to,
you're either lucky or smart. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm fine either, but the tutorial subscribers were like, oh man, like this video is actually really entertaining and I'm watching it longer and this is different than I expected. And then that allowed me to reach much more people. So pretty much as soon as I could, I was trying to do creative videos rather than
pretty much just went from like teaching to entertaining. That was the switch.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Yeah. Entertainment versus coaching. Yeah.
So, like we talked about YouTube, we talked about Rocket League, how you've grown on that.
Yeah.
But as time's gone on and Rocket League has maybe like it's not as big of a game as it was 5 years ago. It's plateaued.
Sure.
Maybe fallen down some, but there's obviously still views on that channel, and there's still plenty of content I would think to make. But talk to me about how pickleball entered the story. I know it's a weird transition, but you're also making content for that too. So
I would say pickleball is probably my next biggest niche. So pickleball, same time, probably during COVID, I picked it up. I think you did too.
In Australia, it was the first time I really played.
I remember that. That was really fun. So pickleball was kind of a craze. I kind of grew up playing tennis, and I was like, man, this is super fun. I get to play with all my friends, and it's chill. It's easier to pick up. Anyways, so I was playing a bunch, and once I had Rocket League in a pretty stable place, meaning I had editors who were taking time off of my hands, that really saved me a lot of hours that I could put into something else. So I was playing a lot of pickleball, but I was also like, man, I don't want to just be the Rocket League guy. I also want to start to diversify. So I initially tried to make creative content in pickleball, which is kind of fun. So just like I talked about in Rocket League, I started with coaching to build an audience. I did the wrong thing in pickleball and went straight to creative, like experimental content. I did like really dumb stuff, like looking back on it, but
cringe.
Yeah, it's the definition of it. But probably, I guess this was 2 years or a year. Yeah, probably 2 years into Rocket League. It's funny. I feel like I should know all this.
It's hard to keep track of a timeline, dude. It's just I feel like we get so busy just go and go and go.
What's happening today? How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, we actually talked about that. You don't even know what's going on right now. Yeah.
Where am I? Okay, so pickleball. I decided to put out a video. It was return a professional pickleball serve, win $100. Okay, so that was more in line with the type of stuff I would do in Rocket League, where I'd be like, score this certain shot, win $100. So I decided to try that in pickleball. And it was really fun. I went out into the public, challenged a bunch of people to try to hit these crazy serves. Yeah, it was super fun. And I really liked recording that video. I just don't think the pickleball audience was ready or wanted that necessarily. So learning your niche is important. Anyways, I published that. I pushed it a little bit. It did okay, and then I tried one or two other kind of similar type stuff. It didn't do as well as I hoped, so I was like, I don't know about this. And then I got a DM from this guy, Shay Underwood, who was a big TikTok and Instagram influencer in pickleball at the time. So it was funny because I was just playing pickleball with a friend of mine. His name is Alex, and I was telling my friend Alex about the content I was making in pickleball, and Alex told me, this is days before I got that DM, he was like, hey, if you ever want to take pickleball content seriously, you need to link up with this guy, Shay Underwood. And Alex was like, he's making some great stuff. I was like, oh, who's that guy? Like, that sounds cool. So I checked him out after that pickleball session, and I was like, oh, he's making some really interesting trick shots and content that I liked. I didn't think of anything of it. And then literally, like, within the next week, I got a DM from him. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I immediately responded because he saw, this is a lot of talking. Okay. Okay.
It's okay. Breathe.
I hate talking about myself this much, but okay. Shay had watched my pickleball video I had made. I don't know which one specifically, but the key is he had been following my Rocket League channel for years. Apparently he was a big Rocket League player and knew who I was. So he decided to message me and was like, hey, I see you're getting into pickleball content. If we can ever work together, let me know. Wow. So I responded and I was like, bro, thanks so much for reaching out. I've actually already heard of you. How can we link up? And it turns out he lives 2 hours from me in Georgia. So I literally think within 2 weeks after that DM, linked up and tried recording more funny videos. I think we made some sort of trick shot video, did some other stuff. And we just got along really well because he was a Rocket League player. He was a great pickleball player. He still is. He's not deceased.
He's still cooking.
I'm seeing him today, actually. Shay and I became good friends, and then we ended up we converted that channel that I just mentioned, that initial pickleball channel, we converted it into Cracked Pickleball, which is now what's out there. And it's kind of ironic because it is a coaching channel.
That's funny.
But that's what pickleball players need right now, because there's a lot of people coming into pickleball and they want to improve. And I guess if I was totally picking, I'd enjoy making creative pickleball videos, but after experimenting with it and trying it out, I also really do love coaching too. So it's not like a bad thing. It's very simple, and I'm thankful we get to do that too. But anyway, so pickleball coaching has been a big thing. And then my creative outlet has mostly gone into Instagram on pickleball. So anything funny, interesting, I don't know, whatever I want to make actually ends up as short form on Instagram. And then my most creative videos, I would say, on Instagram also have the most views. So younger people are on Instagram, I think.
Are or aren't?
Are, yeah.
Younger
people are on Instagram, and they kind of like that creative, fun content. Whereas older people, at least for pickleball, are on YouTube and they want to learn how to improve from like beginner to intermediate or intermediate to advanced. So after years of trying, I feel like we've kind of discovered that's how things work. So for the time being, that's what we're doing. But pickleball's great. There's just so much opportunity.
We were playing it 2 days ago.
Yeah, I play it all the time. I just love it. So yeah, that's been the second biggest thing for sure. Yeah.
So that's really cool. I didn't realize you started the pickleball content that early on. I thought it was like the last, 18 months, but it seems like it's a little bit longer than that.
No, I started a while ago and then I dropped it because I was like, man, this just isn't doing as well as I wanted. So at least on YouTube. So I was like, maybe this doesn't make sense. Like I'm putting resources into this, like let's move it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But then once I started working with Shay and we got more consistent, we ended up deciding probably a year later that we were going to found Cracked Pickleball as like a collaborative channel. And then he would help promote it. I would help promote it. And now it's just its own thing. And then we also have our separate Instagrams, which I probably started Instagram maybe 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere between that. Yeah.
How do you what do you notice the differences being between like maybe even Rocket League or in general YouTube over to Instagram? Because there are two different algorithms.
Oh, yeah, drastically different. Honestly, I had no experience with short form when I came into it. But I had Shay, who was already
secret weapon,
big on TikTok, big on short form. So it's kind of funny. We're a fun duo because like I knew or I had learned a lot about YouTube. So I was able to help him with his channel and us to grow Cracked. He still has some great insight, but either way, I felt like that was kind of my specialty. And then he knew short form. He was big on TikTok, big on Instagram. So he taught me a lot about that, and then I experimented and so I would say I learned most of my knowledge from that from Shay, but the differences, if that's what you're wondering, between them.
I mean, because like YouTube is drastically different than what Instagram is really used for now.
So different needs. YouTube, I think these days is becoming closer to like a TV show. Like you got to make like episodes and simple formats, and it's got to be highly produced but also authentic. Like YouTube is such a big ask for every piece of content. Whereas Instagram, I feel like not only is it, or TikTok I think kind of follows into this, but people are on those platforms typically for a more personal experience. Like they may just want you to record it just with your iPhone, you doing something that's entertaining. And that's the kind of content that they're looking for. Whereas on YouTube, you can still record with iPhone, but like the amount of editing and effort required is a different expectation. So like the two algorithms are very different, but I think it comes down to what people want out of the platforms. People take a break from YouTube to watch TikTok and Instagram, it's just a different experience. But I love that because it allows creators to, diversify their content and also practice different techniques. Like I've learned a lot from short form that I can apply to long form, and vice versa, that I wouldn't know had I not had to learn both of them. So it's pretty cool. But they're drastically different.
100%.
I mean, I could go into huge detail, but they're like so different.
YouTube's basically you're right. YouTube's basically TV now. And, like I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube.
Dude, that's a great point. So now over half of viewers on YouTube are on TV. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
It didn't used to be that way. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's why I think long form, like super long, like 30-minute videos are doing better and better because we're just watching on TV.
What's your typical Rocket League video like length now?
Dude, when I first started, it was 10 minutes, maybe 15 if it was an absolute banger long form.
Monster,
Now we're double that. Like 25 would be great. 30, if I've got a ton of excellent content that I'm really excited about, I'll push 30, but that's rare. Beyond that, I hardly have enough content to push it. I would have to record some gigantic thing and make it entertaining the whole way through, and that's just a challenge. So, and not to mention, I don't think my editor could even handle that. There's limits. So
speaking of an editor,
Yeah.
I know we kind of bounced between Rocket League and pickleball, but it just as content in general.
Yeah.
I mean, just act like it's one and the same. We're talking about your whole content life now.
All of it.
Yes.
All over.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Talk to me about how you expanded from just it being you to having like more of a team. Like walk me through that timeline, who it is, what they do.
Okay, sure. Yes. Okay, when I started YouTube, I mentioned a little bit ago, I was doing my MBA, I was working, I was doing all that. I was very busy. But the biggest time suck. The biggest time suck. Yeah. Well, I mean, like literally was editing. And I was also so bad at it. Like I didn't know. I had to learn how to edit. I was just watching YouTube videos all the time on how to do this thing in DaVinci Resolve that was free because I didn't have any money. And it was just like, how do I create an edit? And then what I would do too is I would pick my favorite creators across like so many different categories, like Mr. Beast, like sports, Rocket League, and I would
the creator sports.
Yeah, like random sports, like tennis or something I was watching at the time. And I would make these sheets. I probably still have them somewhere. These Google Docs of scene by scene, every single edit I thought that they did and that I liked, and I would star the ones I wanted to learn. And I would just sit there and grind editing. And that doesn't mean I became a very good editor, but I got much better than I was. Yeah. And I also learned how hard it is to make these quality YouTube videos. Like you watch something and you're like, oh, that seems easy. Like they're just recording on their iPhone and chopping it up. But man, you got to put in like 40 hours sometimes for these weekly videos. And the bigger the creator, the more money they can put into it and the better the edit. So I learned a lot by watching creators and being very detailed about that.
All right, Adam, enough about me. Tell me about you. What made you want to make a podcast? That's right. I'm the leader now.
My bad. So, anyway, let me look into the camera for this. So,
I really just missed my mouth.
Basically, I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time.
My bad.
Like make a podcast, make something that is like a long form speaking in front of a camera, doing my thing. Yeah. It's been on my mind for a while. I just didn't have like a concept at all, and I knew I needed a concept for what I wanted to frame it around before I could actually make it.
Yeah.
And I've actually made a video about this. I was sitting in Waffle House in May of this year, and the term passion projects just popped in my head. I don't know. I felt like kind of just God being like, hey, here you go. Like, let me grab this idea and throw it down to you. And obviously I've heard that term before, and it's a thing. But it just popped in my head, and I was like, wait. That could be exactly what I've been waiting for this whole time. And then I just was like, so I want to build a platform around giving artists and creatives an ability to speak on how they've gotten to where they are, like what their story is, how they got into video creation or painting or graphic design. And like even when this does get big, I do also want to give smaller artists the opportunity to come on and just talk about exactly that. Because I think if you have the ability to hear someone's story and hear how they got to where they are, it can inspire someone else to go, oh wait, I could learn that too. Yeah, I might be really good at that.
Sure.
So that's kind of where passion projects came from.
Cool.
Yeah.
What?
You really are taking this over, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Go for it. I don't care.
Okay, I have a thought. Okay. Which person have you interviewed would you say has left you with the most applicable inspiration? Like, okay, for example, have you met with somebody and you're like, wow, that was actually a great piece of knowledge. I need to apply that right now.
Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Kenya, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a really big Instagram.
Dude, he's growing so
super
fast.
Cool.
Yeah.
He makes really cool stuff. Yeah. That was really loud. I'm so sorry.
Are you done? Okay.
Sorry, I had to hear
They're
you.
like,
I just had to verify that was loud.
it's like you're going to Cracker Barrel playing
It's
checkers,
kind of
bro.
like a little tick. Like I want to now. I try
You're
to
done.
smack it.
You're cut off.
Please answer the question before I smack this coaster.
Oh my god, I can't. Okay, so Kenya, we were sitting there, and he was telling me about how he had his engineering job after he got to college, was doing that, and got back from his honeymoon. A week after his honeymoon, they fired him.
Oh my gosh.
And he was into content creation at the time. He was making a little bit of money from it, but not really a ton to have a stable career from it.
Of course.
And he was like, well, like Nia and I talked about it a ton, and after they fired me, and I was like, okay, screw them. I was just like, okay, let me just jump into this. Like, let me give it a go and see what happens. And he did. Obviously, it worked. He's making a good amount of money from making videos. And I think the biggest lesson that I took away from that is and in my case, it was like to just trust that God's gonna have my back and take a leap of faith regardless of knowing the outcome. Sure. I struggle a lot with like, I feel like I have to know the outcome before I do it to know if I want to actually jump into it.
Same. Yeah.
And I think it does definitely take like a trusting in God and going, oh, like I don't need to know the next steps. I just need to know that I just need to have the trust that if I follow the plan that I feel like is being laid out for me, then it'll come the way it needs to. I feel like that's something that I learned from Kenya that was really cool. But that's just one example.
That is cool. I didn't realize that was the story. Very cool.
Oh, I was blown away when he told me that. He said a week after he got back from his honeymoon, they fired him. I was like,
what a crazy blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
That's
right?
crazy. Yeah.
And now he makes all these car videos that are just dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you see him?
Yeah, I follow him. I wouldn't say I don't really go on social media actually that much, but sometimes I see him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Either way, the stuff I have seen is really cool. Yeah.
What else you got? Lay it on me. Okay, so
that's actually it. That's every question that I can think of. All right, I have one more question. Have you ever considered abandoning what you're doing because it's not as successful as you wanted it to be?
No, not this.
How about other things?
Yes.
Are you ever, is there ever, I guess I'm leaning towards the question really being, have you ever been happy that you didn't give up?
Happy that I didn't give up on passion projects?
Anything. It can be this, it could be something else. Like, have you ever, like, almost quit, and then you look back on that and you're like, wow, I'm so glad I didn't quit?
Yeah. I think one of the hardest things I've ever done, just as like a human, was
as a human.
As
is
a
that
human.
What you are?
On weekends, yes, I am. Weekdays, I don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Was running collegiate cross country. I wanted to give up on that so many times, dude.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I remember getting there freshman year, and
really?
No, I remember getting there sophomore year.
That's funny.
And
I thought you loved it, to be honest.
I did love it. It was great. I was, like, misery loves company. That is a true saying, I believe. Like, obviously, I was running in a lot of pain with the boys, so that was great. But, like, you get there freshman year, and obviously, like, I did high school cross country and track, and that was hard. But then taking that next step, it's way harder. Like, it's way harder. And you get there, and your first, 2 weeks, you're like, oh my God, this is, 100-fold more pain than I thought I would feel. And it's like, will I continue to do this and, suffer and learn to be great at that and just, going through with the suck?
Yeah.
Or can I just, give up? And there was people that my freshman year, there was 10 of us freshmen that came in on the cross-country team. And then by the time I graduated, I think it was, me and 2 other guys. And so it just goes to show, sticking through with that and doing all those miles, doing marathon training, doing all that, even when I didn't want to, was a really valuable lesson to just show, okay, it's going to suck. There's parts of life that are going to suck, regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of the circumstances. But if you just, shut up and do the things that you need to do repeatedly, you're going to come out of that a much better person, I think.
Okay, guys, shut up and do.
Yes.
That's my takeaway.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
awesome.
Just shut up and do.
I didn't realize it was that tough. So I thought with training coming through high school, you'd be kind of prepared. But I guess it makes sense that college would be a whole other level. So
you are prepared. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't doing the runs in high school. Like, it was similar workouts, but just the expectation of what you're supposed to do is just so much higher. And it's not even like I was one of the best ones. I was like middle of the pack at my best.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Cool, man.
What else have I not given up on? I guess you could say in some aspect making videos I haven't given up on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd say you've been trying certain things off and on for a long time.
you know, this is passion projects is definitely like I believe in this idea. I truly believe in what I'm doing.
You're passionate about this
I'm
project.
passionate about this project and passion projects.
Nice.
And I know this eventually will get big.
Okay.
I don't know when. I can tell I'm growing. Like especially with Instagram, that video that is at 10,000 the other day, it's at almost 30 now. So
Nice.
And every other video is once again still just growing. So I know that's around the horizon. But once again, that just goes for me like learning to trust in God and knowing like just keep putting in the work and eventually the outcome the hopeful desired outcome I think will be there. Yeah, I don't know. What else? Keep going.
How far do you think that goes? So, for example, I also agree with the mindset that like you got to put in the work, you got to have faith. But I think my tendency as a person and everything I do, this is not about YouTube or anything, is always like, here's my steps to the process. I'm going to follow through on exactly what I said I would do, and I'm going to give it my all. And then if I complete all the steps that I said that I would do and I didn't get the result I was hoping for, my tendency is to stop there and say, I gave it a great try. It's time to pick something else to put my energy into, right? I think of examples where I've done that. For example, this game Rematch came out recently. It's the most recent example. It's like soccer, super fun, like arcade soccer. A lot of people from Rocket League liked it. I made videos similar targeted to how I started Rocket League. They did extremely well, like tutorials. I was the first person to make tutorials on this, and they got like hundreds of thousands of YouTube videos or YouTube views. Sick. And then I made a couple of creative videos. They did very well. And then the game kind of just died. And now I made one more video. It only got like 10,000 views. And I was like, all right, well, I'm done. Yeah. Like,
That was it.
That was it. But I'm like okay with that. You know, like I feel like I did what I wanted to do and then I dropped it. I've also done that with like straight up failures. Like with that pickleball channel, the creative things I made initially, like goodbye camera, bye, didn't work out. Like it went okay, but I was like, man, I'm just not happy with these results. So I just stopped. And then eventually something led me to pick it back up, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And that did have success. Like, is there a limit to when you should quit and pivot, or is it just follow blindly until something happens?
I think it's like a mix between the two, honestly, because I like with concepts I've had in the past with social media and like the music account I had that I got to almost like 5,000 subs on YouTube. Like it was growing.
That's pretty cool.
But I stopped uploading videos because I don't think I was clear on my vision that I had for it and clear on what I was necessarily doing with it.
Yeah.
Like yes, you could say like I pivoted from that, but I also kind of like gave up on it just because I didn't.
Yeah, I think pivoting and giving up are two different things.
Yeah, for sure.
Agree. Yeah.
And I guess you could say in some sense like passion projects is a pivot from that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like I just so believe in the idea that I have for this whole concept that I guess I'm just like so deep into believing in this that I can shift around what I'm doing with it, but I'm gonna keep going with this until I can make it a career, make it a job.
Yeah, I love it.
I guess I kind of got away from the original part of the question. Like, is there a time to pivot, or is there a time to?
I guess all I'm asking is, should you keep trying because you need to have faith that it will work out, or should you assess at some point, hey, my steps I didn't get the result I was looking for after like a very solid effort. Like I still think you got to start with the effort, but after a solid effort, if you're not happy with the results, should you keep trying? Or should you not? And it's kind of interesting because we just talked about a point. Like we just talked about, hey, I almost gave up and then I didn't, and something great happened.
Yeah.
And I think there's both. I was just
for sure.
Balance,
yeah, there's definitely. I think you'd like kind of teeter-totter on that because obviously you should move away from something if it's really not working. You have given it your all.
Yeah.
I personally feel like I'm far away from still having given this my all.
100%.
Even though I work really hard at this. I work really hard at passion projects. It's become like
I don't necessarily mean with passion projects.
Yeah, just in general. I think that's something you also get as you get a little bit older. Like we're not old, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
People say 30 is old, and we're only several years from 30.
Let's just say several. We're not going to say the number. But like, I definitely feel more knowledgeable than I did 2 or 3 or 4 years ago on something like this, and I feel like I have enough self-awareness to know that like if something's not working and you have given it a ton of effort, like try something else. And you just, I think that's what your 20s is just trying hard at something until you find the thing that is truly worth trying the most at.
Gotcha. You know? Just like throwing darts at a dartboard until you hit a bullseye. Just hoping.
Yeah, and like trying to make money as best as you can, and trying to get a woman. And
that for you is this little license plate, like super random thing, but you found it and it did well, and you're like, okay, that I guess I'm a license plate.
Running with it,
Let's go. And I do think that is kind of the creative process at times. 100%.
And I realize that some with music, like I still want to make music. I just haven't touched music in 3 or 4 months at least. But that's kind of the musical process, is like you just try to create and make something and sit down and produce it, and then it's like, oh, that sucks, let me get rid of that, and then maybe I keep this, and then I build on top of that, and then I get rid of it again, build on top of that until you have a song. And I don't know, I kind of see life in that same way, as like it's a slow process of building and taking away until you can build as much as you want, I guess you could say.
Totally.
So,
yeah.
Love it. I don't know, that's all I got.
Good. Yeah, I think you and I are funny. You're very like a passionate guy, and I find myself being very like analytical. Like I'm not very like I do love things, but I'm not like maybe as outwardly like, oh, I'm just like feeling my way through this. Like I love knowing my game plan and doing things. I think it's fun that we both have had 2 different approaches to content, and I love seeing how that's worked out. Yeah, it's really cool.
Absolutely. I do have one more question for you.
No.
One.
I won't marry you.
Damn it.
Dang it, bro.
What?
Again? We just talked about
I'm sorry. I know. I won't ask again. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
What's up, bro?
So, this is something I ask to every podcast guest.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Are you gay?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
I've actually tried. I know I'm not gay.
Okay, so you put in the effort for it.
Scientist.
So, for some, it's funny, we just talked about something similar to this. So, for someone that's like that 18 to 20-ish kind of time frame that's just becoming an adult, just entering the world, what's the biggest piece of advice you give to them that's just like, hey, you're an adult now, here's life, but let me try to help you?
Young adults, what do they need? What do I need, really?
Okay, all right. Here's my biggest piece of advice that I honestly try to tell myself every day. I would tell this to anybody, and I think you would agree with this too. I think, especially when you're young, really all the time, at least I hope, you should be willing to go and fail over and over and over again. Like, you were kind of like we just talked about, like you can throw darts at a wall, but like only 1% of them is going to stick. Like you got to have 99 failures before something goes the way that you expect it to. But I've like personally learned the most through all my faults and all my bad plans and all the terrible things that I've like tried and failed at. Yeah. And that's allowed me to eventually stumble into something that I was able to succeed at, but it was through a million failures beforehand. Like I wouldn't have known, hey, this is my target strategy for how I'm going to have a successful YouTube channel if I didn't already try to have a successful YouTube channel like 100 other times in different categories and different attempts and terrible editing and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I had to do really bad to do well. And I think when you're young, you have so many more chances to do bad before you have to succeed in order to like provide for yourself or do whatever it is that you're looking for. So that's what I would recommend. Like, go out, try it, whatever it is that you want to try. And if it works out, awesome. If it doesn't, like, don't think that you should give up. Just try again in some other way. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Fail. Suck it up out there.
Suck,
please.
you know?
That's what it's about,
Suck
dude.
for the rest of us. Okay?
I love it, dude. I love it. Failing is so fun.
If you couldn't tell from that, we had a bit of some camera malfunctions, so things didn't get to finalize according to plan. But I hope you really enjoyed hearing Caleb speak on a lot of those topics. And we're just able to get a better perspective of what it takes to be a content creator, a YouTuber, anything along those lines. So thank you once again for checking out and staying with this podcast and enjoying it with me. Yeah, that's all I got. See y'all next time.